Good evening, Gills fans, and welcome back to another episode of Gills in the Blood TV with myself and Bars for another weekly roundup and another match preview for this coming Saturday. Midweek action again.
Good point.
Very good point. I was going to say, yeah, they could have gone top if they'd beaten us, and we didn't go again. But obviously, listened to it on social media, radio, etc. First 15 minutes, I thought we was in a bit of trouble. To be fair,
it sounded like they were better in the first half, and we took over the second half.
Yeah, it was the proverbial game of two halves. But it just seemed to be, it was a bit relentless first 15-20 minutes, especially on Twitter. It was Shrewsbury attack. They scored the early one and I feared for us a little bit. Should probably show more faith because the away form's ridiculous. It's only 2 defeats still and it's since Steve Lovell took over. Yeah, so a really good point and slightly different from this from what we've usually seen. Steve Lovell become a bit of a tinker man during games in recent weeks, but he left it and let them sort themselves out this Tuesday. It seems didn't change the system, left them to get on with it second half, and it worked. So a bit of mind games beginning of the week. And went all Alex Ferguson on us, didn't he? Told us he was going to make changes, and then we turn up and roll out the same 11. So he's also said that we're going to probably play. He's already basically said what team he's going to play Saturday. So we'll probably make about 6 changes now. But one man who rightfully grabbed all the headlines, I think, because last 5 minutes he was pivotal at both ends, is this man coming up on your screen now. That is obviously Mark Byrne, our central midfielder, who it seems now has decided he's only going to score worldies this season.
Yeah, he doesn't do tappings, does he?
Not the best goal he scored in his life. Not the best goal he scored this season. Which says just how good his strike against Bristol Rovers was at home before Christmas, but a really good finish again. Really, it's probably the only place he can get in. It's that the keeper can't save it. So, but credit again someone else. Our centre half, really good touch to bring it under control and lay it off. But then Mr. Byrne took over, and it's an outrageous finish. To be fair, just to even have the audacity to go for that far corner.
He meant it as well.
Yeah, he definitely meant it. He's not missing that at all. That's a shot for the far corner. It's a great goal. And then a couple of minutes later, up the other end. I think it was their goal scorer, when it a go-go, had an absolute, he definitely put his foot through it, and Mr. Byrne got himself in the right place to preserve the point. So yeah, really good. Looking at Luke's match report in the Medway Messenger, we just mentioned about Steve Lovell, this is where I must have read it, but rather than tinker, as he has done many times to good effect since taking charge, Lovell held his nerve, believing that his men would put it right, and his faith paid off. I did my match preview in the Monday review on Monday, and I said we always try to pick out a couple of players for each team that we played, don't we? And I said on the Monday review, you looked at their squad, and I don't think they've got any that you'd go, oh, he stands out, or I'd love him in our team. They're just a good, bit like us, I suppose. They all work hard, they're a proper team, they all know their jobs, and they all get on with it. But it says here, despite what we was hearing on social media, etc., that was their only effort on target first half, was the goal after 14 really minutes. And it says here, talking about Gills, once they realised that they could inflict some damage too, the game began to even out. And then it goes on to speak about second half. Josh Parker fired wide, Gabby Zakwani had one headed over, and Conor Vogri had also tried his luck from distance. Jake Hessenthaler had a shot that lacked power before a better one from Max Amar went the wrong side of the post, and Callum Riley also put an effort into the goalkeeper's arms. So we created plenty second half.
Yeah, a lot of their fans asked for games and we deserved it, didn't deserve to lose it.
Yeah, probably I think it was they were on top. It was just a case of who was going to take more of their chances, and in the end none of them did, so probably a fair result. Luke's final paragraph sums it up well. It had taken Gillingham a while to get into the game, but once they were in it, they were able to show that they are a match for anyone in this division. I think that's fair to say at the moment. We're up at the top of the form table, home and away. We've only lost 3 league games under Steve Lovell, and we keep saying it, we've gone from 23rd to 12th or 13th in what it is in 3.5, 4 months. So, astonishing turnaround, we keep saying. What do you make of this system though? Because obviously, we tried 3-5-2 at the beginning of the season under AD, and it didn't really work.
Away, not a problem. I just think at home you need to be going for it. You shouldn't be. Away, it almost sets you up like you just set to be hard to beat, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you almost
invite pressure. I'd rather see us have an extra midfielder at home, but away, I've got no problem with it.
So with the way we've been playing recently at the moment is just maybe inviting a bit of pressure on because we've had Lee Martin
just
missing for the last
slightly.
2
And
or
there's
3
nothing
years.
against Ben Nugent because he was decent enough last week.
I don't think it's Ben Nugent. I think if we're going to play three at the back, he can play there. But I think then you have to sacrifice one of Callum Riley, Jake Essenthaler or Mark Burton, and we'll get on to...
the three have been decent as a three, haven't they?
Yeah, and we'll get on to Callum Riley's situation in a little while. That's basically everything summed up for Tuesday night though. Great point again.
Fair play to the fans that travelled as well. Was it 146? Was it?
162 out of 4,839 according to this. And to be fair, the match ratings for us were really good again.
It's a long way to go on a Tuesday night. I've done it on a Saturday before years ago, and it's a long old way.
Yeah, so fair play to people. I think they was getting in at sort of 3:30 in the morning, and people getting back up for work at 6:30. So fair play to them. I mean, I'd love to be able to do it, but I'd be cranky as hell the day after. Yeah, it's long enough trip on a Saturday, let alone a Tuesday evening, and it's not exactly warm at the moment still. No. But now coming up on your screen, as we usually do, is a little bit of news in brief. Not a great deal this week in terms of news in brief. Couple of bits of transfer news involving players or ex-players. Aaron Simpson, we spoke to him a few weeks ago, said he was looking forward to staying there as long as he could, and it has been extended till the end of the campaign, which I think is great.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's getting games, isn't he?
Goals, and yeah, I'd rather have Simpson getting games than sitting around.
And talking briefly of that division, Billericay got beat last night by Folkestone, which was nice to see.
This morning.
I haven't seen it.
I'll show you.
Surprised he's not gone all quiet again and threatened to quit
social media. He's
media.
definitely not gone quiet, I can assure you that.
So, anyway, off on a tangent. Yeah, so Aaron Simpson staying at Margate for the rest of the campaign. Bury this Saturday is pay on the day. Portsmouth has been made all ticket. We have ours. Cannot wait. I think it's going to be a belter.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a sellout for us, isn't it?
And Stuart Nelson, who we spoke about a few weeks ago, had his contract terminated, has joined Yeovil on a deal till the end of the season. It looks like he might be in contention because their first team keeps out injured. So
I'm glad he stayed in the league.
Yeah, I think he's good enough to stay in the league. It makes sense for him because it's obviously back towards where he comes from geographically, the West Country. We said all we said about him the other week in terms of tributes. He'll go there and do a really good job, I think. Yeah, so good luck, Nels. That's it in terms of news in brief, and now we move on to Saturday. Trip to Bury, bottom of the league and bottom by a distance at the moment as well. Well, a point to Rochdale, but they've played an extra four. Oh, they're a point above Rochdale. I didn't realise Rochdale had actually dropped to the bottom. Yeah, but so they're a point in front of Rochdale, but Rochdale have 5 games in hand. There might be 4 now actually, because I don't know if that's including Tuesday's result.
Tuesday, yeah. So yeah, Bury would have dropped back bottom, Rochdale would have gone above them with that
Rochdale have gone above them on goal difference. So I was right eventually, in a roundabout way. Bottom line is though, Bury are in the mire. As we always do, form in the last 6, Bury have gone 1 drawn 1, drawn lost, and taken 9 points from 18 available. Gills 1 lost drawn, 1 drawn. So that is 9 points from the last 18 as well. I've got that out wrong. But their home form, they have picked up recently. In the last 3 they've drawn 1 and drawn, but before that they've lost 3 on the bounce. So in total that is 5 points from 18 available. And they've only scored 6 goals in them 6 games.
That's the thing, it's maybe they're grinding out a couple of points here and there, but not scoring many goals.
Especially when you're 11 points from safety.
And if we're going to go there with, as we expect, with the back 3,
they're going to have to be open, surely. They've got to try and win a lot of games now. So
yeah, they can't go to games in, we're not going to lose. They've got to try and
similar to us last season when we were saying we can't just try and draw games, we have to start winning. And ours, away from home, is still absolutely superb. 4 wins, a loss and a draw from the last 6. We've taken 13 from 18 on the road, including, obviously, that massive point Tuesday night. And we've only drawn 1 blank under Steve Lovell, which was a few weeks ago at Wigan. We've scored in every other single away fixture, including the FA Cup replay at Carlisle. Look at just before we come on here, we've done all the looking at their players. They've got some good looking players. That sounded weird. They've got some players that look half decent.
Yeah.
Connor Ripley's on loan from Middlesbrough as a decent keeper at Football League level. I picked 2 out, Neil Dans and Rowan Ince, because I thought they run the show at the first game at our place back in November, December time. I think Neil Dan scored the goal that day as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
They didn't look like a side that was struggling. They played some really good stuff and were better than us on the day. Who scored our goal? Was it Josh Parker? Late header that day, I think. Really late on.
Yeah.
And then they got James Hanson up front from Sheffield United, who's done a really good job at this level before.
They've got 4 or 5 loans, and if you're struggling down the bottom, there's a lot of loan players to have in.
You just named a load of players to me, and I've checked out their stats on Soccer Base, and Boz's reaction was they ruin players.
Yeah, because
Hanson's
Chris
got
Maguire,
none in 9.
yeah, James Hanson's good enough. Chris Maguire last season was flying.
He's got 2 in about 30 this season or something. It's rubbish.
It's like Danny Mayer, and he's decent at this level. There's names, they're just not doing it for him.
I said right at the beginning of the season when they chucked a load at it, didn't they? And I said it'd go one way or the other. I said they'll either really struggle or they get promoted, and it's gone nothing. Obviously selling James Vaughan didn't help. And then Jermaine Beckford got injured, so there's a lot of goals gone. But they've not been good enough, bottom line. We can't dress it up. We weren't good
George
enough
Miller,
last
I
season.
think, from Middlesbrough, he scored a couple recently.
That's it.
He's probably their danger man.
People that you think would get loads, but they're struggling all over the pitch. They don't score enough, they're conceding too many. Their goal difference is... They've only scored 29 goals in 28 games. Actually, defensively, they're not that bad. No, sorry, 26 goals in 33 games. I looked at Rochdale again. Yeah, so only 26 goals in 33 games. They conceded 49, so problems at both ends of the pitch. Team news for us, no Callum Riley, cannot play as part of the loan deal, which is fair enough. Steve Lovell was aware of that, hasn't got a problem with it. So back to what we were talking about, do we prefer 3-1-4-2 or 3-4-1-2? Mr. Lovell has now said Lee Martin, not the actor from America, Lee Martin comes straight back in, so it looks like he's going to go as a number 10, which I prefer.
Yeah.
And then Hess and Byrne behind, which I think is a lot better. And then we've just looked at the bench. We don't think it'd be a lot different. Just be Liam Nash comes in onto the bench.
Nash seems to be the one, doesn't he? As soon as one drops out, he comes onto the bench.
Yeah, and he seems to be in front of Reece Murphy at the moment. Him and Nasseri have been a bit odd because we brought them in and we've not seen hide nor hair of them for weeks now. But they're obviously working hard in training.
I don't know
I'm
what Bruce has got to do to get some minutes.
Yeah, be one thing. Yeah, I thought he might have got minutes on Tuesday when Mr. Lovell was still on Monday.
And certainly play a part.
Yeah, I thought he might have got 20 minutes each game. I think he's had one cameo at...
Yeah, I don't know if he has it. It's Maidstone, wasn't it?
No, he got 20 minutes at somewhere the other week. We won away.
Or
was it at Wigan when we lost 2-0? I think he got 20
Wigan,
minutes and he said he was all right. Predictions. I've done mine.
Right, I think we will win, but they are fighting, so I think we will win 2-1.
Countdown again. There's mine at the bottom. Matt. 2-1. So 2-2-1 wins. Boz is going to do goal scorers.
Lee Martin and Tom Eaves.
Lee Martin and Tom Eaves. I'm going to go Josh Parker because he likes to score away from home, and I'm going to say Max Amar's going to get another one. There we go.
2-1, isn't he? We haven't had a lot of goals from the second
Goal and an assist in the last 3 weeks. He's got one. He scored the equaliser against Peterborough, an assist on Tuesday, which is great to see. I'd love to see Ben Nugent get one actually. If
Nugent scored, it's going to be like a hoof in it from the halfway line. It's
just like he's trying to play easy and it just keeps going on the wind.
That's what I like about Nugent. There's no, he don't pretty it up, does he?
I think someone compared him to Gary Richards the other day.
That's not a bad shout.
Yeah, just heads it,
not
tackles,
the best actual
just,
footballer, but as a defender, decent enough.
He'll go through people, he'll run through walls for you. So, right, I think that's us all done. 2 wins and 3 more points would get us closer to the playoffs, and effectively we would be pretty much safe, which would be great.
I think 3 points now will probably do it.
Because looking after, just before we go, after Saturday, the next 4 are huge in terms of us if we've got any sort of aspirations to get in the playoffs, because after Saturday we go Rotherham at home, Portsmouth away, Blackburn at home, Bradford away, and then at the end of the month we've got MK Donsville right down the bottom again, so it's one extreme to the other at the moment. But let's get Saturday out of the way first.
And let's enjoy it. It's a tough month. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But let's,
But if we could pinch points in the 2 home games and maybe 1 or 2 draws away, we could be in a great position. But let's get Saturday out of the way first. As always, thanks for watching. Please keep doing the usual. You know we're close to 700, so please keep getting your friends and family to subscribe and join the Facebook page. There is a little race going on between YouTube and Facebook at the moment. But until next time, up the Gills.